Hello, my children, who I played no part in birthing. How are you? Yes, you read the title correctly. I know it's hard to believe. I'm so amazing and fantastic in every capacity, but I was indeed rejected at the very last stage of the application process. A big mistake on their side. I would have been a great asset to their organization. I went through 2 interviews and completely threw myself into the preparation for them before each one. I cannot emphasize how much effort I put into this. I really just invested myself in the idea of getting the job. It would be such great experience for a company I really admired, and the pay was pretty attractive too. My combined laziness and fear of failure normally prevent me from putting as much effort as I want to into certain things, but this time it was different. It was actually probably overkill, honestly, because I was spending any sliver of time I had over the course of those 3 weeks preparing like there was no tomorrow. Alas, after being narrowed down to the last 3, they decided to give the position to someone else. I was crushed when I found out I never got it. I had been compulsively checking my email every half an hour for the past 4 days before I got the answer, and I was an anxious mess the entire time. I felt pretty sick to my stomach when I read the words, "It was a pleasure meeting you, but..." That "but" broke my heart. I felt worse than if I'd been rejected by someone I'd asked out, honestly. I think that's because I value intellect a lot, so if someone rejected me based on my physical appearance, like, cool, fine. But if you reject me in a professional capacity after I've expressed how competent I think I am, ouchie. My immediate thoughts were, wow, I must be incompetent, and I can't believe I even thought I could get this, and I shouldn't have said that in the interview, or I should have elaborated on that, and so on. And I kind of felt like I'd failed. It was really hard for me to pull myself out of that, despair, because I'd grown so attached to a certain outcome to the point that I was convinced that I would be getting this job. It took someone close to me to really make me realize the positives of the situation and kind of snap me out of it. The fact that I made it to the final 3 with no relevant qualifications or previous experience is pretty impressive, and if it happened once, it can happen again. And the experience wasn't a waste of time because I'm now so much more prepared for future interviews, and I have a very good idea of what kind of things the interviewers are likely to ask. First of all, if you've recently gone through the same thing, I'm sure it goes without saying that I think it's important to not take the rejection personally. It's not an attack on you as a person, and choosing someone else doesn't mean the interviewers didn't feel like you had potential. And you should also definitely take in all the feedback that you can possibly get from the interviewers so you know how to improve for next time. Then I'd recommend taking a day to grieve for what could have been and get back on the horse and try again. For a couple days, I didn't really want to try again. I had poured so much mental energy and hope into this application process, and I wasn't sure I could go through all that just to be disappointed again. This is a losing mentality. I am a badass. You are a badass. We are all badasses. So this company didn't recognize all your amazing qualities. Maybe the next one will. I don't have any inspirational story but I kept trying and now I have my dream job. Since this first rejection, I've been rejected another 10 times at different stages of the application process. I can't guarantee I will have a success story, but I'd rather try and know I did everything I could, even if I fail, than not try and stick with my service industry minimum wage job and just kind of give up. So why am I sharing this? I think it's important to talk about our failures and shortcomings. They're not something to be embarrassed of or to only bring up when you can counterbalance them with a success story. Failing is human and normal, and it's not healthy to pretend that it's not. That just generates a society of people who are afraid to share their problems for fear of judgment, and all wearing these masks of confidence and self-assuredness while feeling completely alone and misunderstood. So this is me encouraging you to share your failures, scream them from the rooftops, normalize sharing them. In this way, you can receive the care and support you deserve and make others feel comfortable sharing their failures too. Basically, I really just want us to all sit in a circle cross-legged and go around taking turns to share some major disaster or failure we've experienced. I can't tell you that failure doesn't hurt and make you doubt yourself and maybe discourage you slightly, but I can tell you that the sting doesn't last forever. Nothing does, which is both comforting and terrifying. These feelings are temporary. You're too cool to beat yourself up over this. You are more wise and knowledgeable than you were before this encounter. I am begging you not to give up because of this. This is now the time where I refer to a very cheesy TikTok I saw. I feel like this is becoming a trend now on my channel. It was about how this girl got up at 5 a.m. every day feeling motivated and ready to try her best. She said something like, imagine if she doesn't try. She just cruises through life, doing the bare minimum, not really taking risks. Then when she dies, she goes to some spiritual afterlife and she's handed a book. When she asks what it is, she's told it's a description of everything she could have been, all the amazing things she could have done had she lived up to her full potential. Now, I'm not really a religious person, nor do I believe in fate or a divine path. I like to think we make our own destiny, but the moral of the story still stands. We all have so much potential for so many different things and we don't even realize it or bother trying. This is your sign to try, despite all the rejections and failures you'll probably go through in order to achieve it. At least you're living life to the fullest, right? And that was my terrible advice for the day. Anyway, I need to go panic apply to another 40 jobs now, so I'm going to leave you. I hope you have a great day and thank you for watching. Bye.